Good Sunday afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Kendrick Sports Hustle breaking news sports report. I am Kendrick. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna get some people in here. We got some breaking news, some breaking sports news coming out of the NY. That's gonna in the NBA. I'm sure you've already heard already. Uh, again, my phone started getting those bleeps, started getting those alerts. But if you don't know, let's go ahead and jump right into this thing. Uh, the Brooklyn Nets are trading All-Star guard Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks. You heard that right. The trade has happened before the Thursday's deadline. The Brooklyn Nets are trading Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks for Spencer. The Nets will receive Spencer Dinwiddie, who played there formerly, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2029 first-round pick, and multiple second-round picks. And this was first reported by ESPN's Adrian Wojnarowski and the Athletics' Shams Charania. Again, the Nets are trading Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2029 first-round pick, and multiple second-round picks. And those other multiple picks, those what the Nets will be receiving are they will be receiving a 2027 second-round pick, a 2029 second-round pick, and an unprotected 2029 first-round pick from the Mavericks. The Mavericks will also receive forward Markieff Morris, after he played one season in Brooklyn. So again, breaking news coming out of the NBA: the Brooklyn Nets are trading Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks, and that came out of nowhere. Now we did know, we started hearing reports, start reading rumors on Friday when Irving first reported that he wanted to be traded. That went down, and all the sports opinionists and the national media jumped all over it. I just was gonna sit back and wait and see, because I just like, players asked to be traded all the time. And this wasn't the first time Irving had asked to be traded with the Nets. Kevin Durant has asked to be traded from the Nets this past summer, so this isn't nothing new. So I said, I don't think nothing's going to happen before Thursday, which is the NBA's trading deadline. I said the Nets are probably really trying to wheel and deal, because they don't want to let Irving walk this summer and not get anything in return, because he's in the last year of his deal and he could walk. He's going to be an unrestricted free agent at the end of the season anyway. So the Nets started wheeling and dealing. Like again, it started on Friday when Irving said that he did not want to be in Brooklyn anymore. He wanted to trade. And the reason behind not wanting to stay in Brooklyn, according to a report that was coming from Yahoo Sports, uh, the negotiations broke down between Kyrie Irving and the Nets. Look, they were negotiating a long-term deal, and one specific requirement that really killed that negotiation, according to Chris Haynes with Yahoo Sports. Uh, Again, this was reported by Yahoo Sports' Chris Haynes. Kyrie Irving's camp did not negotiate after Brooklyn Nets presented an offer that was tied to team winning a championship. That was what broke those negotiations off. According to Chris Haynes, the Nets wanted some language in that contract to tie, to basically say, you gotta, we'll do this if we know you guarantee. I don't know if it's a guarantee or somehow you gotta win a championship. I've never heard anything ever even requested or suggested in a negotiation. No man, I don't care how great you are. I don't care how great you are. You can't guarantee a championship. Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. But so that's one of the reasons why, according to Chris Haynes, that this they broke it off. It was told the issue was, from what Haynes was reporting, uh, Irving's camp was told the issue was not about money, according to them. And now it was said then, this was Friday, that he wouldn't even stay if the Nets would offered him a full max contract. So that's how that went down. So again, that's crazy. Uh, if you're at Portland, would you trade Simons, Grant, and Watford for KD? Portland's starting lineup would be Dame, Hart, Winslow, KD. Huh? Would I do that? Woo, that's a I don't know if I would trade all those assets for KD. Don't get it me twisted. I think Kevin Durant is a great, obviously he's a superstar, but man, that would be giving up a whole lot of a core of your team. Uh, but I don't know because now that's the question: what is KD's next move? He signed that extension. I want to say this past summer as well. I think he got another year left. And he requested a trade too. So what is his next move? How the Nets going to keep him happy? What are they going to do with Ben Simmons? Uh, the Nets, it's a bunch of question marks with them right now. But I think going back to the Irving and the other thing, maybe KD wants to stay. His team got a bit more balance. Mm, that's a valid point too. But now it's going. The thing is now it's going to be all on KD. He's going to be the guy. He's going to have to carry that team. It is more balanced, but he's going to have to carry the team. And if I'm not mistaken, KD really hasn't ever been in a position where he's had to carry a team. Even when he was in Oklahoma City, he always had Russell Westbrook. Then he left and went to Golden State. He didn't really have to carry them. I mean, he made them better. With Brooklyn, it was him and Kyrie, but now it's just him. So we'll see what happens. Dorian Finney-Smith isn't a pushover. I agree. And Spencer Dinwiddie is not a bad player either. He's coming back to the franchise where he had he was putting in work. So the Nets, I mean, when you look at it, if you had to choose a winner, who do you think wins? Who gets the best of this trade? I mean, just looking at it right now on paper, I would go with the Nets. I would go with that. But I also think that the Mavericks have made themselves better. They've given Luka Doncic a prime time scorer that he can do his thing. I say Nets because they got that future too. Yeah, I would say looking at it, I'm just all these picks that they've gotten. And again, I'm with you. Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith are some pretty solid players that you put around Kevin Durant. If Ben Simmons could ever get healthy and get his mind right, I mean, the Nets have a nice little core. You know what I mean? Mavericks now, I think that's gonna be you in that Western Conference. You got some scoring power. Yeah, you definitely got the bullets in the gun now with scorers, with bringing Kyrie on, who's a very efficient player as well. Uh, so time will tell. Now the thing is for the Mavericks, are they going to be enough to sign him to an extension? Will Kyrie Irving want to stay in Dallas? I mean, because technically he could walk because after this season, I mean, unless by June 30th they sign some deals, and that's another thing too. I say Nets because they got that future too. I'm with you. I mean, if you start Spencer, Royce, KD, Dorian Finney-Smith, Claxton, and Ben running the second unit, that's pretty tough. Yeah, again, it's about if it's a bunch of ifs with that, but I'm with you. I see where you're going with that. Again, the ifs. If is Ben Simmons going to be the Ben Simmons that could play pretty decently a couple of years ago? We hadn't seen that yet. He hadn't shown me anything. We know what we're getting with KD. Dorian Finney-Smith, he's a solid player. He's not a super, he's not a star, but he's solid. Claxton is solid too. So yeah, the Roy Spencer, yeah, they got some solid guys, but it's solid enough in that Eastern Conference. You know, I think they got a good enough squad to definitely be, a 3 or 4 seed in the Eastern Conference as far as the Nets. Uh, uh, Now the Mavericks, where did that put them with adding uh, Kyrie Irving? They also get Markieff Morris as well from the Nets. The Mavericks did, but they gave up a lot of picks. You know, they did give up. They did up. They got a picks. Untamed Music says too many wings though. No backup to Nick Claxton. Yep. Um, so we can sit here and look at it right today. I guess until we see them for a couple of games, time will tell. Right now, after the All-Star break, is really when I really start watching the NBA just to see what's going on, because now teams are really getting ready to start trying to jockey for seeding, and the haves and the have-nots are going to separate themselves after the All-Star break. We're gonna really see what's the team that's got it and what's the team that just they don't look like they gonna make it happen. So the reports were coming out, the rumors were coming out that the Lakers were interested. There's always gonna be that out there. Yo, what's up, the real estate insider? What's good? Uh, Thanks for dropping in. But yeah, so again, if you're just dropping in, I'm sure you already know by now the breaking NBA news. The Nets are trading Kyrie Irving to the Dallas Mavericks for Spencer Dinwiddie, Dorian Finney-Smith, a 2029 first-round pick, and multiple second-round picks. Uh, is he good? Who good? The real estate insider. You talking about Kyrie Irving? Yeah, if you talking about Kyrie Irving, yeah, he's an all-star. If you can keep him on the floor, the issues with Kyrie is he hasn't been available. Either he's been hurt last couple of seasons, and obviously we all know the anti-vax, the vaccine shot he didn't take, and he wasn't allowed to play in the city of New York because of their mandate. And he stood on his principle with that. Yeah, Kyrie's good. Yeah, he's definitely a superstar again. Who in his position now in Dallas? Dirk. Nah, Dirk the retired real estate insider. Nah, he's gonna be the starting point guard. I mean, that's it. Him and Luka. They're gonna be the number one and number two. They're gonna be Batman and Robin. Well, I would say Batman and Batman now, but it's going down. It's going down to Dallas. Dallas gave up a lot of picks though. They gave up a lot of picks. That's the only thing. But I think he's going to make them better because that's going to take a lot of the pressure off of Luka Doncic to have to score. But they also lose a good defensive specialist in Dorian Finney-Smith, and Spencer Dinwiddie, who's a solid guy. So the Mavericks bench is lacking a little bit. But when you get a chance to get a superstar, the Mavericks has always been one of those teams that a lot of stars just for some reason they kind of overlook when it comes to the free agent market. Now they've had a couple of trades that they've done. The Mavericks have some of them not so good. I can remember the one trade they traded for. I forgot who that forward they traded for from the Rockets, and he ended up being hurt. And they ended up shipping him off to Memphis. Matter of fact, he was in the news not too long ago. So the Mavericks are setting themselves up to try to make a push here in the West after the All-Star break, see what they can do. And Luka Doncic is nursing an injury. Matter of fact, the Mavericks played last night. They lost to the Warriors, but Luka didn't play. So we're going to see what happens. Real Estate Insider says they seem to always have foreigners. Yeah. They do. That was the Donnie Nelson. That was the Donnie Nelson who's no longer there. He's not the general manager anymore. It's Nico Harrison. But Donnie Nelson, that was his thing. He would scout foreign players. That was their big thing. They fell in love, him and his dad, Don Nelson. They fell in love with the foreign players. And it's, the European ballers the last couple of years are making a strong case for, in the league. We got a lot of them now that's doing their thing. The Denver Nuggets center, the big guy. Can't think of his name. All of this is just slipping my mind right now. So yeah, the NBA has turned into a global league. When you talk about some of the better players, a lot of them are from Europe and from overseas. So that's just the way it is. And the NBA basketball is a global sport more so than football. So we're gonna see what happens. So again, I just wanted to jump on here real quick. Had some breaking sports news coming out of the NBA. Again, I didn't think this was going to happen like this. I didn't really think he was going to be traded, but that shows you don't know what you don't know. You just really speculating. The national media, the sports opinions all jumped on board when Kyrie Irving on Friday had requested he wanted to be traded out of Brooklyn. I didn't think it was going to happen. And sure enough, the Nets said, you know what? We better try to trade Kyrie to get something, or we're losing this summer and don't get nothing. So I say the Nets made the right decision by trading Kyrie Irving to at least get some draft picks. And then they got two good players out of it too. Solid players, Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith. I'd like to know what you guys think. Who won this? trade. It's too early to tell, but who you think got the best of it, the Nets or the Mavericks? Let me know in the comments if you watch this later. And you just keep it locked here, the Kendrick Sports Hustle. When it comes to some of the breaking sports news and just other sports news that's happening, make sure you keep it locked here and subscribe to it. And also check out TFG Sports Media as well. Make sure you go check that out, go live, check that out, subscribe to the channel over there. And I went live over there just not too long ago. So I just wanted to break in real quick and give you that sports update. So again, this has been a Kendrick Sports Hustle breaking news sports report. You guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. We'll see you on the other side. I'm out. Deuces.